Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrate 70-80 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Well. So before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. This week is commemorated as Migraine Awareness Week from September 24th to 30th. Every year, the United Kingdom observes Migraine Awareness Week in the first week of September. This year, it will be observed from 24th to 30th. Migraines are mistakenly understood as severe headaches, but they are so much more than that. Migraines are actually a debilitating neurological disease. Even though migraines are a common headache disorder, they remain poorly understood and neglected. Many people go their entire lives without proper diagnosis and treatment. With care and treatment, migraines can become more manageable apart from inheriting the condition. Some people can also get migraines through specific triggers. Interestingly, one can develop migraine at any stage in their life. So migraines are a chronic neurological disorder that affects over a billion people across the world. Migraine symptoms include long-lasting headaches characterized by severe throbbing or pulsating pain on one side of the head. The headache is often accompanied by light or sound sensitivity, nausea, or vomiting. Even though the symptoms can be very uncomfortable and impact the overall quality of life, people remain ignorant of the condition. Migraine is one of the top 10 leading causes of years lived with disability worldwide. Around the world, the prevalence of migraine is approximately 10% of the entire population. More than half of the patients who complain of severe and regular headaches turn out to be migraines. While migraines don't have a definite cause, certain factors can trigger the condition. These triggers include stress, irregular sleep schedules, caffeine or alcohol consumption, dietary triggers such as chocolate, cheese, and dairy products, hormone fluctuations, and more. The condition significantly impacts the individual, personal, professional, and social life match. Migraines come without a warning and can be crippling. This is the main reason for an urgent need to diagnose and treat migraines correctly. It also helps patients to identify their migraine triggers and migraine treatment. Medical practitioners should also take into account the patient's comorbidities, frequency and severity of attacks, and more. As you can see, patients and healthcare workers need to be more vigilant of migraine attacks and their treatments. So migraines likely start when overreactive nerve cells send out signals that trigger your trigeminal nerve, which gives sensation to your head and face. Migraines can be debilitating, but for some people, there is an increased risk of stroke. Hot packs and heating packs can relax tense muscles. Warm showers or bath may have a similar effect. Drink a caffeinated beverage. In small amounts, caffeine alone can relieve migraine pain in early stages. Today is also commemorated as Bluebird of Happiness Day in US on September 24th each year. Bluebirds have been long associated with joy, happiness, and luck. They can be spotted on wedding cards and nursery walls, and they have been subjects of many paintings and songs. The phrase Bluebird Days is used to describe a sunny day followed by a storm. If you are into skiing and snowboarding, you probably know that Bluebird Days is also used to refer to days with sunshine, good visibility, and fresh snow. Bluebirds are cherished for their beauty, devotion to their family, and delightful singing. These tiny creatures remind us of small joys that we get to experience every day. Today is also commemorated as Bollywood Day. Ever tried dancing Bollywood style on September 24th? It's time to release your inner celebrities and celebrate this amazing dance style seen in the movies that are loved not only in India but across the globe. Bollywood is a famous dance form used in Indian films and revered throughout the Desi world, a mixture of numerous styles including belly dancing, Kathak, Indian folk, Western popular, and modern dance. The dance moves go hand in hand with the commercial and artistic framework of South Asian film world, not to mention it, Desi Shadis weddings. Everybody has probably seen some form of Bollywood dance in their lifetimes, but it's hard to pin down what it actually is. However, those Desi dance moves are always recognizable, and Bollywood dance and movies have a long and rich cultural history of South Asia. The term Bollywood, in the strict sense, that refers to the Hindi culture, art, and film industry from Bombay. The other film centers of South Asia are often referred by their own designations. For example, old Pakistan movie industry is termed as Lollywood after Lahore, one of the capitals of Pakistan, and Tollywood for Andhra Pradesh. However, since the Bombay Hindi film industry dwarfs the other production centers, the term Bollywood is generally extended to mean the entire South Asian film culture. The international appeal of Bollywood dancing is something that has been many decades in making. Originally, it was found only in places that had a significant consumption of Indian films, such as the former Soviet Union and the Middle East. During the 1930s, Bollywood films were often to raise awareness of what filmmakers saw as the societal issues of the time. The industry was already booming, with several well-known filmmakers producing films with dialogue in most of the India diverse language groups. The first color film, Krishna Kannaya, was released during this era. World War II and Indian independence from Britain did nothing to slow down India's film industry. Bollywood was fast becoming known as India's obsession and post-independence cinema. Gained wide recognition. The creation of the Film and Television Institute of India, FTII, National Cinema Award Show, and India's first international film festival rocketed Bollywood to the world stage. But a few years ago, it started to become popular in Europe, and today it is rising in popularity in the US and Canada. Today, dance schools that teach this style can be found in most major cities. Today is also commemorated as Heritage Day on September 24th that celebrates South Asia, South Africa's roots, their rich, vibrant, and diverse cultures. So South Africa is called the Rainbow Nation due to its color and diversity. That is why Heritage Day exists. Its goal to nurture and embrace South African culture for what it is, truly accepting all race and genders. The day is usually celebrated with a coconut known as a braai, and we suggest that you channel your inner South African and celebrate with a feast of your own. So September 24th was previously known in South Africa as Shaka Day, a day commemorating the Zulu king of Shaka. He is known for uniting the Zulu clan together and forming the Zulu nation. Every year, South Africans would gather at his grave to honor him. In 1995, a request for the day to be confirmed as an official holiday was rejected. After receiving some pushback from the Inkatha Freedom Party, IFP, a majority Zulu party, it was decided that the day was needed and would be known as Heritage Day. Today is also commemorated as Lash Stylist Day on September 24th in US to appreciate eyelash stylists and people in the business of stylish eyelash extensions. Eyelash extensions are cosmetic applications made to enhance the length, curl, fullness, and thickness of natural human eyelashes. These eyelash extensions could be made from any of the several materials, including mink, silk, synthetic, human, or horse hair. The main method of application of the extensions is use of cyanoacrylate adhesive to apply the extensions to the natural lash of a couple of millimeters from the base to the natural eyelash without making contact with the eyelid. Today is also commemorated as National Cherries Blue Day in US. Celebrates a very unique dessert that desires more love, and cherries jubilee is a dish that involves cherries and liquor, usually a brandy or Vishwakar. Originally, the cherries were simply poached in a sugary syrup and served with warm brandy, which was set on fire for dramatic presentation as it served to guests. Modern recipes serve cherries with ice cream, but the fire remained a kept off dish. Cherries Jubilee was first served at one of the Jubilee celebrations of Queen Victoria, and the popularity of the dessert skyrocketed during her reign. It was considered a highly fashionable dessert to offer one's guests. The dessert made a comeback in 1950s, 1960s, and now this classical dessert has earned itself a new brand of retro prestige. So for National Cherries Jubilee Day on September 25th, we invite you to join us in indulging in the most dramatic of the desserts. Today is also commemorated as National Horchata Day in US, held on September 24th every year since 2001. This day is celebrated to raise awareness about this delicious beverage and also to honor its rich Hispanic history. Many of us may not have heard of horchata before. It is a name given to an array of different refreshing Mexican drinks made up of white soaked in water, flavored with cinnamon, almonds, all the ingredients are usually ground up together in a blender until has a semi-liquid consistency. Eventually, the mixture is served to remove the solid granule to leave a nice, smooth, milky consistency. There are different variations of the recipe. Some people prefer it with milk, and some people like to add flavors such as vanilla or coconut. Overall, it is a healthy and full of vitamins and supplements. Today is also commemorated as National Mofongo Day in US, which is an annual event celebrated on September 24th that falls with Hispanic Heritage Month. Mofongo is a national dish on the island of Peru, Puerto Rico, made from Spanish ingredients like garlic, olive oil, broth, and of course the main ingredient, plantain. The delicacy is prepared by mashing the plantain in a wooden mortar with a pestle, then adding spices and liquid elements such as oil and fat to soften the blend. In Puerto Rico, mofongo is served either during lunch or dinner as a side dish with vegetables. Today is also commemorated as National Punctuation Day in US. From the lovely comma to the flamboyant emphasis, National Punctuation Day on September 24th celebrates the punctuation that makes our words legible and gets our point. Though you might not have consciously considered punctuation since elementary school, you likely use it every day. Every year, the creator of this day sets a punctuation challenge, and punctuation quizzes and games can be found all over the country. Minding your P's and Q's, dotting your T's, crossing your I's, and knowing the difference between a colon and semicolon was not always necessary to communicate. While today we take for granted the little dots, slashes, and spaces that turn a string of unintelligible letters into a compelling story. Ancient cultures had to make do without, since most early languages were purely verbal. Punctuation was not necessary. The earliest known document featuring punctuation is the Mesha stele from 900 BC in the West. The next civilization to start to develop for rudimentary punctuation was the Greeks in 2200 BC. So 200 BC, though they had previously written in scriptura continua or unending strings of text unmarked by punctuation marks, people soon started to adopt the system of punctuation created by Aristophanes of Byzantium. This included a single punctuation mark positioned differently to indicate pauses in speeches. Today is also commemorated as National Women's Health and Fitness Day on September 24th in US, celebrated every year on the last Wednesday of September. It is a special day to promote the importance of health and awareness, fitness for all women. Though healthy living is important for both men and women, is to acknowledge that each gender has specific. The history of women's health and fitness has been plagued by conjectures and superstition. Areas such as children and physical fitness have been considered taboo in certain societies for centuries. In the past, similar practices that have been accepted. Thanks to the movements such as body positivity movement and the women's health movement, which began in the 1800s, the world of women's health and fitness have gained strides. Big achievements. Today is also commemorated Frankfelder Thanksgiving Day on September 24th in the US. Just like the regular Thanksgiving, this day is also to express gratitude. About 3,000 people who are members of Schwanfeldfender. They continue to celebrate Thanksgiving in the Pennsylvania Dutch countries where they live. The celebrations are marked by a service held on the one of the Felder churches on the Sunday closest to September 24. It follows by a religious and historical address, which is followed by a meal. This meal is typically of the same foods that were eaten on the first week Felder Thanksgiving. The Pennsylvania legislature recognizes Wakefield Thanksgiving. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form that will be shared as part of polls. And those who are interested to make any presentations on suicide prevention, so there is last day that is on 28th, last Sunday, 28th of September. We are having session. We request everyone to send your details, your topic, along with your topic. The organizers at the earliest so that we can schedule your session accordingly. The feedback form is now active. So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form. We express our gratitude to everyone joining these celebrations and commemorations. Take care. Good night.